Welcome, lovely folk. This shall be the reading for Aquarius. We're going to start off with the Star Dragons Oracle cards, then get into the Sacred Web Tarot. I will clarify with the Enchanted Tarot, then Queen of the Moons Tarot or Oracle, and then Moonology Oracle. And then we'll grab charms and runes. And I do want to preface that I start my monthlies going by the lunar calendar, so just after the new moon, and progress towards, I like to get them done by the first quarter, but this round has gone a little bit behind due to an appointment and some of the videos being a bit longer than usual. I try to keep them about 40 minutes, but you know, it goes the way it goes. But yes, I wanted to relay this so that you know when to look out for them, but also you know, it is a way for you to be able to also look at you know, what you want to build up towards the full moon and break down towards the new moon, and just to, you know, be more aware of the lunar calendar if it's not something you typically follow. Another thing is that I will read whatever comes out, you know, so it doesn't necessarily have to be about what you're building up to just because it's around the new moon. So keep that in mind. It's going to be whatever comes out, but do maybe perhaps try to plan it with that alignment of, you know, building habits to the full moon and then breaking down habits to the new moon. But in my readings can just help you be aware of that just by, you know, when they come out. Almost just kind of, it can become a muscle memory association type of thing there. So let's go ahead and get started. Messages for Aquarius, please. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know? Any more messages for Aquarius? Alright, I think it's just straightforward. Alright, we have here protection, finding what's important. So connecting with your heart here and really finding what's important. I just got the song, this came in another reading as well, but Rhythm of My Heart by Rod Stewart. Alright. Okay, and I am getting these now as well. Also in your meditation I had two other songs. They kind of came together as one. It was interesting seeing them kind of switch between. They might have similar tunes, I don't know. But it was The Ghost of Chicago, and then The Scientist. I'm not sure. I'll put them up. I know The Scientist is Coldplay. The way it came to me was She's the Ghost of Chicago, but then it was going back to the start, which is a line from the lyric from the scientist. So that might be, you know, the ghost, you know, there might be something that you're letting go of. Perhaps you were ghosted, or just something that's kind of not really been there, but been there affecting you. Perhaps ghosts from the past. Actually, that's right. I got it as the ghost of tomorrow. She's the ghost of tomorrow, which is interesting. Reminds me of Charles Dickens' with the three ghosts, the Christmas tale. I can't always think of exact titles, even though they're so obvious. They're probably screaming at me at the screen. But it's harder when you're, you know, trying to channel. But yeah, it is also reminding me of that. So, Ghost of Tomorrow. It could be expectations. We were getting that in a few of the readings as well. To let go of any expectations. Ones you might have on yourself, that might reflect into your world, that you also have on others. Alright, spirit guides and angels. What does Aquarius need to know? Messages for Aquarius, please. This has been coming out a lot lately. Okay. So we have here Scout of Fire, which would be the same as the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting it as impulses here. But also to try, it's been a period of trying to learn where to put your energy and what to focus on. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Some of you also, I'm getting chi, doing some kind of chi practice. I did get for another reading as well. Perhaps there's shared placements. I believe it was Scorpio, maybe. But it was Kill Bill, Maypai's training of the bride of Uma Thurman. Really learning how to focus your chi. I don't know that they quite discuss that, but like, you know, she's got a punch from like inches away. He's trying to teach her how to do that, and that the wood should fear your fist, not the other way around, because she's not quite able to do it at first, but and it hurts. But with that, I am getting, yeah, just some chi practices, trying to learn how to incorporate the energy throughout your body. So look into those. I think you'll be guided on what is meant for you within that, because there's many different practices that have teachings on that, so something to look into. We have here the Five of Swords reverse. So you've been letting go of this mental conflict that's been blocking you in that. And I think that could also cause the impulses sometimes, you know, kind of like when there's a clearing. Okay, I'm seeing it as like kind of the chakras. Perhaps you've been clearing a chakra specifically, but you know how sometimes it's symbolized as whirlpools within, like, you know, different, like a fountain type thing. And so there will be a whirlpool, and if there's a blockage, you know, stagnation occurs, and it can't, the energy is not moving and flowing. And you know, when you finally clear that and unblock that, because there's been such a buildup of water, sometimes that can cause like an overflow to a degree where it's not, you know, where it's almost flooding then. And, you know, it will trickle and be able to get through and be fine. It's ultimately a very good thing, but I think I'm seeing it that way just to kind of express that, know that this is like part of the process to help you kind of alleviate some of that tension with it. I think that it's all going to be about what you focus on. And letting off steam. I'm also seeing Avatar: The Last Airbender when, again with the 𝕃'𝕌ℕ𝔼, where he is trying to learn how to bend the lightning, like accept the lightning through his body and shoot it out. And that the movement in that is very important, because if it crosses your heart, it can be deadly. I think the reason I'm getting this is again that there can be flooding when you're opening things up, and to just make sure that you redirect things in a positive way for you. Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords. So you're definitely, it's been making you a bit anxious. I think you're feeling almost like, okay, another thing. Okay, so another example here, if you've sat on your hand for a period of time and, you know, the blood flow is lessened by that because it's like a blockage, and then suddenly the blood flow is entering again, and you like moved your hand, and it like you get that pins and needles feeling, because now the blood's coming through and it was like stagnated for a bit there. And so it can hurt, it can cause a shakiness, it can cause anxiety, you know, in your mind, if this we're speaking back onto the mind here. So just be mindful that this is just part of the process, and it's not anything to worry about. You are healing, you are getting through this. And it's just a part of the process. I'm also getting this cat as getting ready to pounce. So that's another thing. You've been, you know, seeing these things and collecting these thoughts to prepare yourself. It's been finding what's important for you. So know that it is ultimately for your own good, but try to lay down the thoughts. Use them as stepping stones, not as blockages. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So whatever this is, it's going to flourish into something good here for you, something sustainable that really turns your life for the better. It's something that you're going to do. Now, this might be through speaking or expression in some way, but you'll ultimately know. Everybody's going to be different here. You have to connect with what's important for you. And we have here the Four of Cups. So you will have to get out of your own way a little bit for this, but definitely opportunities are coming in. It's just a matter of working past your apathy, knowing you deserve it. And the High Priestess. So you're definitely going to connect and know what it is that is calling you here. This is beautiful. I think you are starting a new journey. I'm getting that song again with the Scientist. So perhaps you're upset, you're worried because you felt like you headed back to the start. You felt like you might have. I'm getting a lovely phrase that I've heard from a lovely reader on here as well. You're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. You know, these roots have already formed. And so even if it was under surface, you know, that's why you might feel like you're starting over, because it's like a lot of this stuff is so deep down, so it doesn't feel like you've grown or gone anywhere with something, but like the roots have been forming. It's like a sprout, you know. A lot of it starts out, you know, it's like germination below in the soil. You don't always see it right away, but then it does finally shoot up. Let's go ahead. We will clarify a little here. Spirit guides and angels. What does Aquarius need to know here? Any more messages for Aquarius? Okay. So we have the Prince of Wands, which is the same card, the Knight of Wands. So I'm getting like a stop and go energy. This perhaps how you've been feeling. And the 9 of Wands. It's because you're close to burnout, so you might just feel like you're going in and out, perhaps in your passion or your drive, and you just kind of, and that's again kind of that pins and needles, just feeling. So I would suggest, truly rest as the rest period comes in. Truly rest and allow yourself to get energy. And also, I'm getting work smarter, not harder, and really find ways that you can kind of gain momentum, ways that you can, I'm getting kind of like get a little bit of a push, a little propeller. If you can like prepare with something in some way to make it go smoother with whatever it is that you're going to be working on, it's going to really help you. The Hermit and the 3 of Wands. So yeah, you are going to make sure you get some rest. But again, try to make sure you actually rest and you don't just get caught in your head or antsy in some way. If you're not, if you notice that happening when you're trying to rest, breathe. Do some breath work, perhaps do this 𝕃 focusing. I'm seeing this as 𝕃'𝕃. I might be saying it might be 𝕃'𝕃. So yeah, really look into that specifically. Just the 𝕃, ways to direct 𝕃 in your body and what's going to ultimately help you the most. And then 3 of Wands here. I'm getting that as, yeah, really planning before you head towards this. Something is going to be shown to you and offer an idea. It might not be an external thing. You might be the one making this happen, but it might be a moment of inspiration, a moment of what is the phrase I'm getting? Just some kind of realization. But take a moment to pause and plan before taking action. Go slow. Because you are gonna go slow so you can find what the best path is within that. Also, you are protected. And justice, so definitely a win-win outcome. No matter what path you take, this is just part of your karmic gifts coming in. Retribution is what I'm getting. But so just trust. No matter how slow it goes, just trust. Know. Solidly know that the outcome is good. I Alright, let's get your Queen of the Moon Oracle. Spirit guides and angels. What does Aquarius need to see here? Messages for Aquarius. So we have full moon power. So we do have the full moon coming up in less than a week now, on the 21st. I see that period being very stabilizing for you. Realizations coming in. I'm also getting water. Perhaps because you're the water bearer. It might help you to get near water around the full moon. If you have a water spot you could go to, like maybe a lake or a park with a stream, or whatever it might be for you. If you can get to the beach, whatever it is for you, but a quiet spot, away from other people, or you can go. I definitely see that being helpful with both giving you some energy and also realizations coming in. Resistance. So I think this again is giving me that chi thing. So yeah, you might still have you might have been working through some blockages, but there might just still be some, and that's kind of that stop and go energy there. So try to work through those these moments of resistance. And also, again, is there resistance there because it's not actually important to you? Try to remember what is important to you, what aligns with you, and try to just focus your energy on that. Now, that's not to say challenges, are there to help us grow in strength. That came a lot for Sagittarius. There is growth in the challenges and in the burdens, and weaknesses often become our greatest strengths. But there's a difference between when something just isn't aligned with your heart and not. So do look at that and try to see what's what with that. Make heads or tails of it all. We have self-reflection. Again, that's definitely again about that, seeing what's important to you, what aligns with you, what matches your heart. We have the path. So definitely, if you've been worried about not being on your path, this is the 8. 8 is often the number of the self. So know that you are on the right path. You can't be not on the right path. You might take some side roads to, and those are important because there's little things there that you take with you. Perhaps you go off track onto this little side path and you find a little market, and at that little market you find a container, a canteen, and you purchase it, or you acquire it, and perhaps trade or whatever, you acquire it, and you end up going on this other path, and on this path you end up finding a source of a little spring that you can collect water then. And then, you know, you can take that water on your journey with you. Perhaps on that path there wasn't going to be, it's just sometimes we're meant to go on these side roads ultimately to help us on our path. And we have fear. So I think that's because you do sometimes fear you're not on the path. So trust and know you are. But also I'm getting it as that resistance, that stop and go. So the biggest thing again for that is going to be balancing your chakras, opening, trying to, clear all of your blockages in your energy, your chi. I'm very strongly getting it as chi. And just some self-discipline will help also. I think some of it comes from boredom. I think we got that in Scorpio or Sag as well. But yeah, this can be boredom with the Four of Cups. It is in reverse, like you are going to change that, but alright, messages for Aquarius, please. Messages for Aquarius. Spirit guides and angels. What does Aquarius need to know? Woo. That was very interesting. I wonder if these are for you. Yeah, I think so. Okay. A change in perspective may help. Okay. So work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So that's definitely, and again, releasing blockages is what's really going to do that. Knowing that, we set our boundaries and our limitations, and like some of them, sometimes it's necessary. We have them, we shape things for a reason, but ultimately, shapes are moldable. Even like a literal vessel, like a clay vessel, you torch it and it's a little bit more fixed. All the carbon locks up. But ultimately, most things in this world are mostly, like, there's an abundance. The the most abundant element in the universe is hydrogen, which is the biggest component of water, and it's very malleable. And we too, we're 60% water. We are very malleable and able to shape ourselves. So if you need to set boundaries, set them, but know also that we set our own limitations and we can break them if we need to, if we choose to. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So that's still working through fears. Perhaps you've felt, some of you might have felt like you don't have enough, perhaps materialistically, and I see that changing for you. Believe in yourself. And know that the universe is taking care of you, so that you can ultimately work through this and take care of yourself and your family. So let go of those worries. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So yeah, I do see you aiming towards your North Node here. Okay, I had this challenge myself in my awakening towards my path, because I feel like we go through many awakenings. It's not just one big ta-da, but to get on my path, I very much so had to leap over myself, and I faced this literal, I visualized it as walking the plank. Like the north and south nodes are like walking the plank of each other. Like your comfort is your south node, and it's you know, the energy that you most hold on to, but it is within the North Node that we can really connect to our path and you know, find our calling. But you know, you feel a little bit of stop and go with that sometimes, because you feel your south node tries to really take over. So it's like, I think you are letting go of that confliction, but you do need to make sure that you step out of your comfort zone, but make sure you rest as needed as well, and it'll help you. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So many new moons here coming out. It's a big change going on in your life to lead you to the right path and show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius, so you are stepping into your power. We have that card with the full moon, power, and I just saw the 16, which is the tower. So you are the tower of power. You are creating these changes for yourself. You are really connecting with what you want and making it happen. Now, because we have a new romantic cycle here, I am going to grab you some romance angel cards. Okay, spirit guides and angels, what does Aquarius need to see? Messages for Aquarius on their romance. Woo! Okay, so we have family issues, or healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Your loved ones are safe. And there's some of you may have lost a family member recently, and they are watching over you, and they are safe. And they have so much faith in you that you have got this, and they're going to support you. You deserve love. You are lovable. I'm getting this with that show the world the real you. You deserve. I don't think this is just with love, but definitely also with love. You are lovable. I think a lot of people are really, oh, and I'm getting North Node. I think a lot of people will benefit from what you have to offer the world. and trust that, you know, people are going to love what you do and just love you for who you are, like deeper than any of that. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So take some time to really visualize what you want, what's important to you. And you don't have to attach to that. You know, just take some time to really visualize it like you have it now. Where do you see yourself with somebody that you truly, deeply love, who makes you feel truly, deeply in love and loved as well? And, you know, really see what that looks like for you, what's important to you. We did forget this card. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Interesting. So yeah, you are stepping into your power, and it's going to bring in wonderful things for you. Let's get your chart. The Crown, which again I'm getting, you're stepping into your power, and you're going to have some realizations. We have these 6. I'm feeling feeling 6 of Cups energy off of this, that you're going to connect with yourself. You're going to reconnect with yourself here, and you're going to see what's important to you, and you're going to heal some of your past as well. We have the cane here, the candy cane. I'm seeing this like a cane, like giving stability and a sweet treat. I think this is connecting to love here. And you have support. Also know you have support. Music. This reminds me sometimes like of specifically binaural beats, because there's like 2 sounds that almost create this like elusive 3rd sound. So binaural beats might help. You might need to get better sleep, and they might help you. And it might also help you connect with yourself by getting that sleep. This cat I'm seeing as, again, you're stepping into your power. You're going to have more stable drive. We have here a Cancer medallion, imaginative. So I'm getting this as calling in your soulmate and visualizing. Okay, let's get your runes. Okay. So we have here, you're gonna have to bear with me as I'm still new to the runes, so my pronunciations may be off. Okay, we have here Wonjo, happiness and joy. Know you deserve it. These changes might feel tough right now, but they're leading you to your ultimate happiness. this is Iowa's, which is the U. So yeah, big changes. You know, it might feel tough at first, but again, these changes are leading to your ultimate happiness. And we have here Nothis. Need, necessity. It is in Ringstaff. So you might feel kind of impatient. I think that's why we're getting that sort of sputtering energy. So get rest. Trust that you are headed towards your ultimate good. You know, you're shooting your arrow. You are headed towards your north node is your target. You are going to get on the right path here. So we'll leave it here. I do ask if you could please comment, like, subscribe, share, all the things. I would greatly appreciate it, and we can get these messages out to all of those who need to hear it. But I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. And until next time, lovely folk.